that is a nice option too. And to mention, before I got married, my in-laws were north of Sterling, Ontario. They were farmers, and they believed as they cooked the roast, that it had to be so dry the meat was falling apart before it was considered cooked by them. And then you would add pickle to it to put moisture in it. But the first time meal I had there, they offered me a steak. And they boiled it for so long, and then they fried it for so long, I could not eat it. I had a gum problem at the time, pyrene and gingivitis and all that. And they say, I could not eat it. They had to apologize. So, we all went to took my wife to be in the steakhouse in Belleville, which served beautiful meals, dim lighting, so you couldn't see if there was any blood in the meat, and everybody was happy. Back to that.
Oh, Bill, I'm so disappointed. Here I thought we were making progress in our relationship, and you had to correct me, and you actually do like liver and onions. Ugh. Okay, very good. Well, we'll find something someday and go from there. But yeah, no, I don't. I like my steak medium to medium well. I don't like a lot of red in it, but I don't mind a bit in the middle, like right in the middle. But some guys get it and you cut it open and it's mostly red, and I don't like that. But liver and onions, no, definitely no. And just letting you know, we did have to reset the YouTube stream, so hopefully everybody comes back in. And I should have made an announcement about that earlier so that people would be aware that it happens. But it looks like Jeff's back in, so that's all that matters. The bartender has arrived. VA3 TPS, Steve.
Okay, Larry, very good. Well, great conversation going on tonight. As always, you're doing a great job, and it is greatly appreciated. So I'll take 7-3 right now, and I'll be listening to the end. And thanks again, and I wish everybody a great safe weekend. I don't think the weather's going to be real good, but I think it's supposed to be a little cool on the cool side, but not too much precipitation. So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Hello to Gary Eagle. I think he's out there listening. 7-3, everybody. VA3 TPS in Seminole.
Oh, excellent. Well, if Gary's listening, Gary, you can reach down, pick up the microphone, and there's a button on the side of it that if you push it, you can actually talk. So we'd love to have you join us and check in. So if you're on the air, by all means, check in. If you're just listening online, well, go to YouTube and look up my call sign, VE3LKS, and you'll see our live stream. And you can chat on the sidebar there if you have a YouTube account. But good to have you out there, Gary, if you're there, and maybe some night we'll hear you on here. And with that, we will go to where are we? Joe, VE3VGJ.
Yes, Laird, it's been pretty good tonight, the conversation and that. And hello to Gary. Boy, it's been a long time since I've talked with you. I do hope you check in there, Gary. And tomorrow with your Zoom thing, I have a little show and tell here. I can spend maybe 5 minutes on I'm making a 49-to-1 Unan or transformer for an end-fed half-wave antenna. And I can just show you some of the components. I finally got all the bits and pieces here this week. And maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll start assembling it. But I can just show a few pictures of it, what I've done so far.
Oh, that'd be awesome, Joe. Excellent. And if you happen to whip up a 40-meter magnetic loop overnight, we can throw some pictures on there too for John. And so far, no one has any information, John. But I know I've seen videos online on YouTube, so I'll see what I can find tonight. And if there's one that's short enough, I know some of these guys go on ad nauseum, sort of like me when I'm doing the Ragnet. And they'll talk for like 40 minutes. But if I can find something that's sort of short and like maybe 5 to 8 minutes long or something, we'll play that tomorrow as well. VA3 DCE, Doug.
Good evening again, Laird. I wish you'd made a list of all the different topics we've covered tonight. I have lost track of how mmany different and really interesting topics this net has covered. A couple things on the racing. I remember the drag strip just east of Belleville, Mohawk Airstrip, going down there in 1959, 1960, and we got on my motorcycle, and there were drag racing motorcycles on the strip then. And then we get into the early part of the 60s, most sport, watching Ludwig Heimrath and Sterling Moss and fields like that raced around the track there. I remember being there one time when they brought up that brand new Jaguar XKE, and they had a pair of XKEs on the track, full road equipment, buffers, everything else, and there wasn't a sound out of them, and they were a beautiful, beautiful machine. I haven't been up to most sports in many years, but it makes me want to go out again. I've been in the Oval when I was there, but since I took the Oval out, I've been out for anything. Anyway, Laird, thank you very much for the net, and back to you.
Yeah, I can't remember the reasoning for them taking the oval out, but it took away some of the racing opportunities there, and I was hoping that they were going to take it out and build a monster one, like maybe 1.5 miles or something, 2 miles, and try to get the big boys up here from the cup races. But I guess that never panned out. At least in my mind, it didn't pan out. Maybe that wasn't their plans after all. And looks like we have an emergency online. Someone's looking for the restroom, and I don't know if we have one. Do we have an emergency? Do we have a virtual restroom out there? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, it's down the hall to the left. Perfect. Yeah, if you go to the right, that's the ladies' room. The left is the men's. So very good. Crisis avoided. Let's see. VE3HIX, Bob.
Oh, thanks, Laird. The only thing I got going this weekend, so far ham-related, is it's another weekend sprint time for the Straight Key Century Club, the first weekend of each month, and that's where you get up the straight key or the bug or the cootie key, which I can't operate, and see how many other people in the club you can contact. Just a good warm-up for field day anyway. And with that, we'll let it go back to you, VE3HIX.
Oh, when does that happen, Bob? During the weekend?
It's all day Saturday, right through Saturday night, and all day Sunday. So I think it starts at that's noon English time, GMT on Saturday. And if you go, say, anywhere around 7.055, just where you normally are on your digital part of the band, just on the top part of the CW portion of the band, you hear all kinds of slow people on there at that point. All the fast DX people are down at the bottom end of the band. Over.
Okay, so we'll look for you at the bottom then and see if we can pick out your call sign. Excellent, Bob. Well, good luck with that. Do you plan to work at most of the contest period?
Yes, at least half the time. That's the one I showed the club how the log book works. That takes the frequency from your radio and so on when you connect it up. And all you have to do is put the other person's call in there, and there are, I think, 23,000 entries in there, or 23,000 different members or so. And as long as you can get their call in there, the rest of it kind of fills in itself. So it's not too bad filling in the logbook. Over.
Excellent. Well, good luck with that, and hopefully you can take a little bit of a break and join us for a few minutes on the Zoom meeting too. And who knows, maybe we'll let you give a demonstration again. Some guys may be interested in that. Let's see. VA3 WBZ William.
WBZ here. You're talking about the racetrack there, Cayuga, or it's known today as Toronto Motorsport, I think. It's the same place out in Cayuga, though. I used to live probably about, maybe a mile as the crow flies from there back in the 50s, I guess.
Wow.
They call it the Kohler, place at the Kohler Airport or something like this, because it's an old airport from back in the war years, apparently, that place. And they used to call it the Kohler Dragway or something like this, and then Cayuga Dragway, now Toronto Motorsport, something like that. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have anything else to go and make comments on. Just that, Laird, you got a lot more hair in your head than I have on mine. The people who are short, they think I got a lot of hair, but when the taller people, they know I don't. So they can see down from the top and all that. That's why I got that 6-inch cowlick going from my forehead to the back. Covers everything up, eh? Makes me happy, man. That's going to be it, Laird. We'll talk to you guys next week then. And I don't think I'll be around for this here Zoom thing you're talking about. I'm not familiar with that. Now, we'll chit-chat you later on. This is DA3, Whiskey Bravo Zulu, saying 7-3. Have a great weekend, guys, and stay safe. I'm clear.
Okay, very good, William. And yeah, I have a correction to make. I'm sorry. I think I said Cayuga before, but I was confused. The racetrack that my friend's relative owns is Oshwegan. So close, but different. So it was Oshwegan that I was thinking of. I got it confused. Sorry there. But I do know that Cayuga is pretty close to that as well. I lived in Simcoe for a while, and so did Vic, JAR. Where is Vic tonight? He's not on here. And as far as the Zoom meeting goes, it's basically just a video conference. And if you want to try it out, it's really quite easy to do as a participant. If you send me your email address and to my email, which is just my call sign, VE3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra at yahoo.ca, I send you an invite, and there's a link on there as to what you have to do, and you can join in on the meeting, and you can just sit there and watch if you like. It sort of looks like the Brady Bunch, because it'll stack everyone's picture up on your computer screen, and if someone shares your screen, then it takes over the full screen, and you can see whatever's on their computer. So, but it's up to you. If you do want to kill an hour or so, by all means, send me an email tonight or for tomorrow morning, and I'll send you the invite for the meeting. Let's see, down to Scott, VE3 RPN.
Can I get V3LKS, V3RPN? Oh, the bottom of the barrel now. Hey there, I just made it home. I gotta make a quick run and get rid of a load of whatever I drank at dinner. I think it was all water tonight. Anyway, no milkshake, buddy. Sorry about that. Great rag shoe, as usual. Ragnut won again. Say goodnight to everybody, and we'll see who will be the masked men tomorrow there. You know where. Have a great night there. We'll probably listen to you on the gadget while I'm in the loop. You don't want to know, right? So how's the street, buddy? V3LKS, V3RPS. Comment?
Yes, go ahead, comment.
Yeah, Laird, it's William. You say you're from down in Simcoe in that area?
No, I lived down there for a couple of years, though. One of my first jobs, I was working for an accounting firm in Simcoe.
Yeah, my brother used to live in Port Rarity, which isn't too far from there.
Mm-hmm.
He lived on a place down there. At one time, it used to be the Brantford YMCA at one time, back in the 50s, and he bought the property. And then last year they sold that. They moved into Port Dover. So I get down that area on a pretty regular basis. I go down to Brantford probably 3 times a month anyway. Actually outside of Brantford, down on the Indian Line Road. You know where the Kochi Road is?
Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with that. My sister actually lived in Port Dover. Her and her husband, their family had a farm just out on Victoria Street, just outside of Simcoe. If you're familiar with Simcoe, is out just past Wattles. And then they also lived in Port Dover. So, yeah, you're going back in history, but I can remember it. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, their family farm was down on the Indian Line Road about, it's the last farm before you get onto the reserve property. they've been down there probably, I don't know, over a century. We've had the farm now, going back a long time now.
That is.
And Oshwegan, they got some great demolition derbies down there. And it's I go down to Bear Paw on Indian Line Road. That's where I pick up my cigars down there all the time. But you can't get in there now because you don't have. I don't have an Indian card, the band card, and they don't have the cigars I smoke anyway. But it's a small world when you come down to it. I was not aware that you knew that area down there. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, and I used to go smelt fishing at Port Ryerson, and so I'm familiar with that. And yeah, I had a couple of good years down there. It was fun, and made a lot of good friends down there. And as I say, I had a bit of family down there too, so that helped. And it was good. And I loved going right down to right down to the docks at Port Dover on a Saturday night, and I want to say it was called Nectal's Fish and Chips. It was just a little stand on the side of the road. It wasn't an eat-in restaurant, but it was just like a little, almost like a French fry shack type thing. But they had the best Lake Erie perch, and every Saturday night it was a tradition for all us guys to go down there and munch out on Lake Erie perch.
I know the place regular because on Friday the 13th I go down there with all the other motorcycle people down there, and I always get my fish and chips from Netchell. And I used to go down there. They used to have the little amusement center across the street there, Ferris wheel and things like that, and the little arcade building. But they're both gone now. There's empty lots is what it is down there. Just sand is all it is. But I go down there on a pretty regular basis. But I've been going down there, like I say, back in the 50s. And we used to go from Hagersville straight down the highway to Port Dover. When we were 10 years old, we'd go and hitchhike down to Port Dover for the day and then hitchhike home again. Used to do that all the time back in the 50s. Anyway, Laird, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to say 7-3s once again, and we'll chit-chat till next week there. Bye for now.
Okay, 73, William. Nice chatting, and as you say, small world, and that's cool. I like that. Let's see, who are we down to now? Robert, VE3IRB.
VE3IRB, a few points here. When I was a kid, we went out to Mosport a few times, watched the races. It was before me, but there was also a racetrack on Simcoe North, just south of Camp Samac in the valley. And there was also one at Taunton and Ritson in the northeast quadrant. And we also used to go to, on the west side, there is rodeo. My step-grandfather was a rodeo promoter, so we used to go there as well. That's basically that on that. This liver is really getting me wondering if Jeffrey could get back to me. Does Barney sell liver and onions? Might be something I grab for supper tomorrow. If you could get back to me on that.
I do believe they do, Bob, but I'll let Jeffrey confirm that. VA3RTV.
I'm here. I wasn't really paying attention. What was the question, please, Robert?
The question was, does Barnaby's have liver and onions if I ordered some for supper tomorrow?
Okay. 905-436-8444. That's your best bet. Okay? 905-436-8444. It should be there now.
I'll wait till tomorrow just in case I'm tied up, but I'll try it tomorrow. One other thing, Bill, CRU, if you need somebody to lift a generator, give give me a contact anytime, and I can lift. If it's fine tuning or anything, you're out of luck, but I can probably start it. But feel free. I don't mind lifting anytime. Back to you, Laird.
Okay, very good. That's good. Yes, I'm quite sure Barnaby's has that, and yeah, that'll be good to help Bill out there. VE3 PWJ Peter.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories, Laird, when you're saying drag strips. I don't remember if Desirado was still around. A buddy of mine used to have a 64 GTO 389 4-speed, and we used to go down and he'd drag that thing down there. And boy, were those the days, boy, those the days, boy, I never missed those, Laird. And right now on YouTube, I'm watching they've rebuilt a big UP locomotive, and it's in 4K, and boy, what pictures there is on this thing there. So I'll say 7-3, and we'll maybe see you tomorrow night, or more afternoon on Zoom, and we'll talk to you then. Take care. Good night, all.
Oh, just a couple things. You're on YouTube and you're not watching the Rag Chew. Very disappointing. And I guess you don't need eggs in the morning, so maybe we won't see you getting eggs. Okay, very good, Peter. And yeah, so looking forward to seeing you tomorrow afternoon as well. Hopefully we'll have enough information to at least carry on for an hour and break the monotony of the day up a bit. Let's see, VE3IGX, Cam.
Okay, nothing else new on this end, so what I'll do is say 73 to everybody online. I think Jimmy was just before me, and I'll be listening to the end. VE3LKS, VE3IGX.
Recheck.
Yes, he was indeed, and we do have a recheck, which is Joe, so go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to get in here quick. I just saw a thing about the snowbirds. They're taking off at 9:30 from Trenton in the morning and landing in Toronto at 10:30. And by the looks of the route here, it's just along the lake shore there, the north shore of Lake Ontario there, if anybody's interested.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Joe, for that update. And I'm sure there'll be some guys out scouring the skies for them, if it's not raining, that is. And yes, and just a reminder for anybody who is on the Rag Chew this evening, if you do want to participate in the Zoom meeting tomorrow, just send me an email. To my email address, which is my call sign, Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra at yahoo.ca for Canada. And I will add you to the invitation list, and you'll get an invite probably late tomorrow morning with all the details for the meeting. Let's see, VE3XEQ Christopher. Man, we got a lot of guys on here tonight, and it takes a while to get through everybody. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, no problem there, Laird. No problem. Earlier on, though, you said something about going to the barber and putting using the number 2 on the top of your head. Is that how I give it out? Yeah. He said he went to barber using number 2 on the top of your head. I was thinking some guys will go to Phoenix said to grow hair. Personally, I recommend Rogaine. I'm sorry, Larry, I couldn't let that one go. I've been killing myself laughing ever since you said it. 7-3, everybody, be kind to somebody. Maybe be kind to Laird. He might need to be before night's over. 7-3.
Well, there's an old saying that, if you can't laugh at yourself, then there's something definitely wrong. But that's good. Glad we made your evening there. And there's nothing better than trying to tell a joke and you're laughing so hard at your own joke you can't get it out. I've done that too, my friend. So you're in very good company. And with that, we will go down to John, VE3KZT.
Okay, good evening again. And I don't have much to add except all you race car fans, of which I happen to be too. As we speak, they're building a new track at the GM plant in South Oshawa, currently under construction for the near coming future. So there you are for all the big guns will be here shortly. And NASCAR is starting, as you're all aware of, with no spectators next weekend. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be televised with no spectators. So there you go. That's all I have to report. And we'll be hanging in here till the end. 7 trees all on net.
Yes, well, the one thing about NASCAR is the drivers really can't hear the spectators anyways until the race is over. But it will be different seeing empty stands. And just a quick question, John, have you been watching the iRacing? It's the NASCAR drivers, the Cup drivers, but doing it with the computer program.
No, to be honest, I have.
3 o'clock, of course, we're going to be doing our Zoom meeting then. But at 3 o'clock on one of the TSN channels, they've got a NASCAR iRace going. And they're actually doing it at a race car track that hasn't been used, I think, in like 20 years. But they went out, basically the company goes out and they scan the track. And so they get all the elevation, the angles of the curves and everything. And then they convert it into the computer game, surrounded with all these pedals and everything. Scary that how much like it is just like the real racing. Even when it comes to drafting, and you know how now they can get into the back quarter panel. They don't have a spoiler. It even does that. If you want to see tomorrow at 4. Anyways, I'm just going to drop it here. Rag chew.
Real quick, good evening, everybody. Thank you. Just in and out real quick. Good evening, everybody. Saturdays, have a wonderful evening. We're baking a cake here. That's been here in half an hour. Saturdays.
Okay, very good. 73's Mike, and nice chatting. Come when you can't stay so long, okay?
Yeah, I tried that, but it took a while. Kind of behind the eight ball, this lovely cake I'm making away here. So, someone's birthday, I'm going to bake a cake real quick. So, we'll catch you later on. I'll send an email for tomorrow later. Saturdays.
Okay, very good. Take a picture of that cake. We want to see it tomorrow. Jackie, VA3BTQ, good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Sorry, can I get a picture of this?
I'm keeping
I'll send it to you
Jack
personally.
very busy with cooking filet mignons for me. Over.
Sorry, Jackie. Someone else doubled with you there for a second. I caught the part about cooking filet mignon. You may want to repeat your transmission there. Sorry.
No problem. Jeff, YouTube is busy cooking me filet mignon. We've had quite a conversation here, so he's done a great job. Over.
Well. We're just going to have to take Jeff aside and have a little conversation. He wouldn't even do me up a tube steak, and he's cooking you filet mignon. I think that there's something going on here, and it doesn't sound right. Anyways, very good. And I think that there's something going on here, and it doesn't sound right. Anyways, very good. And yeah, it's been a fun evening. And look at that, it's 8:30 already too. Where does the time go? It just seems like we just got started. What was that Carol Burnett show? Remember that? It always ended up with the song, and some of the words in the song were. Seems we just got started, but now it's time to say goodbye, or something like that. It was right at the end of the show. I always remember that. But very good. Well, again, anybody who's listening tonight, or even on YouTube watching, if you want to join in on the Zoom meeting tomorrow, we'd love to have you. You don't have to be a member of the club. You just have to want to, hang around with a bunch of cranky old amateur radio operators and maybe learn something, maybe, and go from there. So just send me an email. And so for those of you on YouTube, I have it up on the screen right now. It's just Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra at yahoo.com. And with that being said, I will say 73, everybody. I am doing some groceries tomorrow morning for eggs and tomatoes. So I may bump into a couple of you at the grocery store. And yes, it's been fun. Enjoyed myself. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope to see some of you on the Zoom call tomorrow. 73, and have a good evening. This is Laird, BE3LKS, and I will be clear.
And B3MD checking in. See you, Laird, tomorrow.
Check in VE3SAA.
Okay, very good. I copied, I think it was Darren checking in, and VE3SAA. Good evening, Percy.
Good evening, old man. How you doing? I just woke up. The old fuck, he has a habit of taking a sleep, and he overdoes it, but I'll be up probably all night now. It's quite interesting. The net seems to be getting bigger and better every time I listen in. I'm gonna. One question I would like to know, Laird, what the timeout is on the repeater, and unfortunately, we couldn't get enough light talking. I'll tell you, well, quite a few years ago now, we would have a talking all night long. Anybody could join in, and a lot of the fellas didn't like watching TV all night, so they join in, and we had a great old time. But we sometimes had a lot of people check in on the all-nighter. We had it on RPT, right? And it was great. Lyman, my friend, if anybody remembers Lyman, my buddy, VE3BEG, he held it, and we had a great time. That and chasing down people that elderly people like myself that would go out the front door and get lost. We'd go chasing after them all night. So we kind of stayed busy collecting up people that were living in snowbanks, and police were looking for them, and we found about 15 or 16 or maybe 20, I forget now, but that was quite interesting.
Oh, that's for sure. You guys sound like you guys were busy. Yes, I do believe we have either a 3 or 4 minute timeout on the repeater, but it gets a bit tricky too, because we also have it hooked up to the All-Star network. And what can happen is if someone comes in on All-Star and they give a transmission, sometimes you really have to listen for it to drop. And sometimes if it doesn't drop all the way and another all-star station comes on, the timer doesn't get reset. So then someone will be into a minute or two into their conversation, and it'll hang. It'll drop then, and then you wait for 2 or 3 minutes until they stop talking. Hi. But as long as you listen for the little drop on the repeater, the tail, we're fine. And your son was on last night. He was listening in from Wingham, and it was nice having him on. And so, yeah, it was great. We enjoy doing it. It's just another social that we started up just so when we're confined to our houses during this COVID-19, that gives people just another opportunity to socialize with friends and acquaintances, and make the day a bit better, hopefully.
Good stuff. He's a character and a half, I'll tell you. He just come back from Africa a couple of months ago, and he had a hell of a good trip there. So sometimes him and I take off somewhere in the world and look around, and we have a good time on that one. But the all-night we didn't call it a net or anything. We'd just key up and talk and give our call signs, and that would go crazy. And you could check in, check out, check in, check out. It didn't matter. There was no rules except to behave yourself. But it was quite interesting, and it give us something to do for the night. If the wild was in bed, and we had nobody to talk to, well, we pick up the microphone, and there'd always be somebody there to keep us busy for an hour or 2 or 3. But it's a shame that we leave these radios dead all night when they could be used, but it's up to the individual, I guess. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, and everybody's got different schedules. I know I try to be in bed by about 9, and then I'll read for a while and then fall asleep hopefully by 10, and then get up in the morning at around 6:30 again. So yeah, it all depends on your cycle too. I'm just going to just put out a call here. I know that Darren was checking in as well. VE3 NMD, VE3 LKS. Good evening, Darren.
Hi, good evening, Laird. No, just checking in, saying hello, fixing something downstairs, and been listening to the net.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, if you have anything interesting you want to present tomorrow during our Zoom meeting, by all means, just let me know, and we'll schedule, 5, 10, 30 minutes in for you.
Okay, I'll think about it. See what I can come up with something tonight. Heading off to Montreal on Sunday, so I'll be doing a bit of packing and cooking, so I have something to eat, since I don't think there's going to be much for restaurants open. I know even the hotel restaurant is told it's going to be closed, so I have to take up some food. It's going to be closed, so I have to take up some food with me so I can eat. And yeah, if you can send me an invite, I haven't sent an email, but yeah, just send me an invite for tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on getting back on the road, although it'll be interesting, as you say, seeing what life on the road is like. I know just finding a bathroom sometimes while you're out about town is a challenge, because there's always a lineup outside to get in, and so hopefully everything will work out for the better, and you can get a lot of takeout, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So good luck with that, Darren. And let's see. I think that was all I heard checking. Was there anybody else that checked in? This is VE3 LKS. Okay, very good. Well, I'll go back to you, Percy, for one more round here, and then I'm going to call it quits for the night. But yeah, so your son, he's an announcer down there, right? Does he go by Buzz on the air?
I think so, yeah. It's up and down with him. You never know. So, well, he did, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years with at Mix 99 here in Toronto. That was his big gig there for a long, long time. And he's going to go around with a gig, 2, maybe 3 tractor trailers of food. We'll find out down the road. 3 SAA.
Yeah, you never know what. So he kept on bugging me every time we were down visiting.
Without time in his head. And this.
That's true. Perfect. Look, VE3 SAA. This is VE3 LKS, and all be clear. 73 is my friend.